Men may not always say it out loud, but they long for something more than just surface-level attention. It's not about grand gestures or always being perfect, it's the small, genuine things that matter most. In fact, what he craves deep down might surprise you. He isn't asking for much, but when you understand his quiet desires, you can unlock a connection that goes far beyond the superficial. Stay with me, because I'm going to reveal 10 subtle yet powerful things that every man secretly wants from the woman in his life, even if he doesn't express them in words. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand his needs, but also how to make him feel truly valued without ever having to ask. The hidden psychology behind his desires. Let's start by exploring the psychology of why men are often so reserved about what they truly want. Society has ingrained in men from a young age that vulnerability is weakness. They're taught to be tough, to not show emotion, and to keep their feelings locked up. Over time, this conditioning forces many men to suppress their desires and avoid appearing needy or weak. But here's the truth. Beneath the strong exterior, men crave emotional security just as much as women do. They want to feel valued and cared for, but they rarely know how to ask for it. Understanding this internal struggle can transform how you interact with the man in your life, creating a stronger bond than you've ever had before. Now that we've uncovered why men keep their desires hidden, let's dive into the 10 things every man secretly wants from you, but is too afraid to say. 1. He wants you to initiate intimacy, both emotionally and physically. One thing many women don't realize is how much a man appreciates when you make the first move. Society often paints men as the ones who should always initiate intimacy, whether it's a deep emotional conversation or physical closeness. But that's not always what he wants. In fact, when you take the lead, it not only surprises him, but also makes him feel desired. Imagine this. A man comes home from a long day, exhausted and mentally drained. The last thing he wants is to feel like he needs to perform emotionally or physically. When you initiate, whether it's by starting a meaningful conversation or showing affection, it removes that pressure and tells him he's wanted for who he is, not just for what he can give. Real-life relationship studies show that men who feel desired are more likely to express their own feelings, leading to deeper emotional connections. So, next time, surprise him with a hug, a compliment, or by initiating intimacy. It's a small gesture, but it will mean the world to him. 2. He wants you to be his safe space. You might think that your man is an emotional fortress, but underneath that exterior, he yearns for a place where he can let down his guard. Men often face a world where they have to be strong, dependable, and invulnerable. What he truly wants is a space where he can show you his softer side without judgment. This doesn't mean he's looking to cry in your arms every night, but he does want to feel like he can talk about his fears, anxieties, and doubts without feeling like less of a man. By offering a listening ear and genuine empathy, you provide him with the emotional refuge he needs. Studies have shown that men in emotionally supportive relationships are not only happier, but also more mentally resilient. So when he opens up, don't dismiss it or make him feel small. Instead, let him know that it's okay to show his vulnerable side and that you love him for it. 3. He wants to feel appreciated, even for the small things. You might already show your appreciation for the big things he does, but what about the little efforts he makes every day? Whether it's fixing something around the house, making sure your favorite snack is always in stock, or simply being there when you need him, men crave recognition for these small, often overlooked actions. When you acknowledge his efforts, no matter how minor they may seem, it fuels his sense of purpose in the relationship. It's a simple thank you, or a kind word that can remind him that his contributions matter. The psychology behind this is powerful. Men who feel appreciated tend to invest even more into their relationships, as they feel their efforts are seen and valued. Never underestimate the power of a heartfelt, "I appreciate you." It speaks volumes and encourages him to keep being the partner you cherish. 4. He wants you to take care of him, even when he doesn't ask. Men are often raised to believe that asking for help or care makes them weak. Yet, deep down, they crave the same care and nurturing that women do. This could be as simple as making sure he's comfortable when he's sick, or preparing his favorite meal when he's had a rough day. These acts of service speak to a man in ways words sometimes cannot. It's not about mothering him, but rather showing that you notice when he's struggling, even if he doesn't say it out loud. Small gestures of care can turn a bad day around for him, making him feel supported in ways he might not even know he needed. Surveys show that men in nurturing relationships have better mental health and lower stress levels. When you show him care, you're building an emotional foundation that will strengthen your relationship in the long run. 5. He wants you to support his passions. Just as you want to be supported in your interests, he wants you to be his biggest fan. Whether it's his love for sports, his hobby of building model planes, or his dream of starting a business, your genuine interest and encouragement mean everything to him. It's not necessary for you to share his passions, but showing enthusiasm for the things that bring him joy creates a bond that goes beyond the everyday. The key here is genuine support, not obligation. Men who feel their partners believe in their dreams are statistically more satisfied in their relationships. Even if you don't understand his hobby, being his cheerleader reminds him that you're in his corner, no matter what. 6. He wants emotional reassurance more than you think. Men are often painted as emotionally stoic, but that doesn't mean they don't crave reassurance too. In fact, the pressure to always appear strong can sometimes make men feel insecure in ways they don't express. Compliments and affirmations may seem small, but they are incredibly powerful in boosting his self-esteem. Tell him he looks good when he's dressed up for a date. Let him know you believe in him when he's facing a tough challenge at work. Men, just like women, need to hear that they are loved and appreciated, even if they don't always ask for it. According to relationship experts, men who receive regular emotional validation from their partners report feeling more secure and satisfied in their relationships. A simple, "I'm proud of you," can lift his spirits and make him feel more connected to you than ever before. 7. He wants playfulness and fun without the pressure. Not every moment has to be serious. Men often crave lightheartedness in a relationship, a break from the stresses of life where they can relax and just enjoy being with you. Whether it's sharing an inside joke, goofing around, or planning spontaneous adventures, playfulness keeps the relationship fresh and exciting. In fact, studies show that couples who incorporate playfulness into their relationships are more likely to stay together long term. For men, it's a way to bond without the heavy emotional intensity that can sometimes overwhelm them. So, next time you see an opportunity to bring some fun into your relationship, take it. He'll appreciate the carefree moments that remind him why he loves spending time with you. 8. He wants to feel like he can be himself around you. One of the greatest gifts you can give a man is the freedom to be himself. In a world where he's constantly expected to perform or be someone he's not, being with you should feel like a breath of fresh air. When he feels like he can be his authentic self, quirks, flaws, and all, it creates an unbreakable bond of trust. This doesn't mean he'll stop trying to impress you, but it does mean he'll feel more secure knowing he doesn't have to hide parts of himself to keep you around. Men who feel accepted for who they are report higher relationship satisfaction and are more likely to invest in the relationship long term. Encourage his authenticity, and in turn, he'll give you his most genuine self. 9. He wants you to trust him with your vulnerabilities. While men may be hesitant to open up about their own emotions, they deeply value when you trust them enough to share yours. When you're vulnerable with him, it signals that you see him as a safe space, someone you can rely on emotionally. This creates a powerful emotional connection that men secretly crave but don't always know how to ask for. Letting him in on your fears, doubts, and dreams makes him feel closer to you, and in turn, he'll likely start opening up about his own feelings. Emotional intimacy is built on trust, and when you give him that trust, it strengthens the bond you share. 10. He wants you to be confident in yourself. Confidence is one of the most attractive qualities you can possess, and men admire women who are secure in who they are. When you exude self-confidence, it shows him that you don't need validation from anyone else to feel good about yourself, and that is incredibly attractive. Men are naturally drawn to women who know their worth and aren't afraid to show it. Confidence isn't about arrogance, it's about embracing who you are without apology. When you stand tall in your own self-worth, he'll see you as a partner who enhances his life, not just someone who depends on him for validation. Understanding what men truly want isn't about guessing or making assumptions. It's about recognizing the small, everyday desires that they often keep hidden. When you tap into these unspoken needs, you create a deeper, more meaningful connection that strengthens your relationship. If you have made it this far, let us know what you think in the comments section below. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.